The rise of Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, Assimi Goïta of Mali, and Abdurrahman Tachini of Niger signals a new dawn for Africa, one that brings hope for true liberation from the chains of foreign dominance. These courageous leaders have emerged at a crucial time in history, embodying the revolutionary spirit that Thomas Sankara and Muammar Gaddafi once championed. Their collective mission is to reclaim African sovereignty and elevate the continent to a position of strength, unity, and self-reliance. It is a revolution in the making, and we must stand with them, protecting their cause at all costs. Traore, Goïta, and Tchani have shown Africans that there is indeed light at the end of the tunnel, a future where African nations can break free from the exploitative grip of foreign powers. These leaders have defined the conventional norms, refusing to be puppets to international organizations that prioritize their own interests over the well-being of African citizens. They have refused to let their countries be exploited for the benefit of outsiders, and in doing so, they have ignited the spark of conventional revolution that has been long overdue. History has shown us the fate of African leaders who dared to stand up to these external forces. Thomas Sankara, a visionary in his time, was betrayed by internal forces, manipulated by external powers, ending his dream of liberated Burkina Faso. Gaddafi, another bold African leader, was crushed using the same tactics, with some gullible Libyans falling into the trap led by foreign forces. But now in Traore, Goïta, and Tchani, we see a new generation of African leadership that is determined to resist these forces and push for the complete liberation of the continent. As Africans, we must not allow the effort of these leaders to go to waste. We cannot stand idly by and watch while external invaders attempt to tarnish their image and bring them down. These leaders are fighting for Africa's future, for the self-determination of our people, and for a continent that is no longer subservient to foreign interests. The revolution that will change Africa is coming through them, and it is up to us to protect them and support their each cause. This is not a time for division, no matter which part of Africa we come from, whether east, west, north, or south. We must unite under a common banner. The liberation of Africa is a Pan-African struggle, and the success of Traore, Goïta, and Tchani will be success of the entire continent. Their fight is our fight. It is a fight for economic independence, for a protection of African vast resources, and for the right to govern ourselves without interference from foreign governance or international organizations that do not prioritize the well-being of African citizens. We must also reject any form of organization that turns a blind eye to the rigging of elections, corruptions, and the suffering of African citizens. These organizations, often controlled by the foreign powers, do not care about the consequences of their actions on the people of Africa. They are more concerned with maintaining loyalty to their external benefactors, even at the expense of the lives and futures of African citizens. We must not take orders from them or recognize their legitimacy when they fail to prioritize African interests. Traore, Goïta, and Tchani represent a new breed of African leadership, one that is unafraid to stand up to the powers that have kept Africa in chains for so long. The revolution is Africa's revolution, and it is one that we must all embrace. The time for Africa to be truly independent and free has come. It is a time for unity, for the strength, and for a collective will to protect these leaders and the cause they represent. We must defend them with everything we have, ensuring that no external forces, no matter how powerful, can bring them down. Their vision is the future of Africa, a future where we are no longer subservient to foreign interests, where our resources benefit our people, and where Africa takes its rightful place on the global stage. The revolution is there, and we must stand together to see it through. Thanks.